My brother slept with my fiancée, got her pregnant, and destroyed our family business. Now my parents want me to fix everything. I'm Nate, 33 male, and buckle up, this is gonna be a long one. I've got to get this off my chest because the last few months have turned my family into a dumpster fire, and I'm still picking through the ashes. To understand why this hurts so bad, you need the whole messy backstory, bear with me. I grew up with my younger brother, Caleb, 30, in what looked like a standard suburban house. Inside? A total train wreck. Caleb was the miracle baby. Ellen, my mom, had a brutal pregnancy with him, and he came out fragile, breathing problems, infections, constant hospital runs for years. I'd sit in waiting rooms as a kid, doodling in old magazines while Ellen and George, my dad, fretted over him like he'd vanish. He got healthy by 5, but George acted like he was still one cough from the ICU, handled him with kid gloves forever. Me? I was the big brother, perfect grades, no backtalk, chores on lock, basically a mini adult by 7. The double standards were unreal. Caleb skips school? He's still fragile. Flunks a test? He's been through enough. Smashes George's $200 toolbox? Don't snap at him, Nate, what about me? I'd get grounded for a late homework slip. High school was laughable. Once, I got detention for tardiness, grounded a week. Same month, Caleb ditched class to loiter at the mall, George just had a chat. At 15, I started in George's electrical business, not cause I dreamed of wires, but cause it was the only way to snag his approval. I threw myself in, learned fast, stayed late watching him tackle tough jobs, pored over manuals, binged YouTube tutorials. Got damn good, better than good. Caleb? Sharp when he cared, but zero drive, milked his sick kid sob story like a pro. Dropped out of college after 2 semesters, too much pressure, flopped a dropshipping scam, then torched George's cash day trading. Still, I'd get the family first, support Caleb's sermons. Loved him cause he's blood, but man, I couldn't stand him. I'm the grinder, serious, keeps my word. He's the charmer, no rules, no fallout. George's business was solid, home wiring, small commercial stuff, nothing flashy, but steady. I saw more, pushed for smart tech, bigger gigs. George stuck to his old school ways, but I dragged us up. Weird part? I'd land a fat client or ace a job, and he'd nod at Caleb, he's great with people, or Caleb pitched a website once. Total crap. I bailed in 2020, got my own place 20 minutes out, close enough for work, far enough to breathe. Had a decent setup, good money, eyeing a master electrician license, dreamed of my own shop someday. Met Lauren, 29, 6 years back on a rewiring job at some swanky downtown flats, she was the property manager. First saw her chewing out HVAC guys over sloppy work, spitting code violations like a textbook. Thought, she's legit. Most managers push cheap and quick, she demanded precision. Popped by daily to check our stuff, not nagging, just sharp. We synced lunch breaks, talked jobs, then life. She grew up shadowing her contractor dad, I vented about dragging George's business into this century. She got it, her brother, some lawyer hotshot, was the golden child too. Joked about a sane siblings club. Post-gig, she called about an emergency at her place, fake, just to see me. Slick move. We started dating, no games, straight talk. She'd call out problems, no guessing, loved my work too. Helped me study for licenses, overhauled the business, schedules, invoices, real contracts. George grumbled, papers fine but couldn't deny the boost. Moved in after 2 years, talked marriage, kids, she'd tease about mini electricians. Felt like I'd hit the jackpot. Family warmed to her, Ellen had us over for dinners, tapped her for tech fixes, George softened when profits climbed. Bigger jobs, solid rep, Lauren even clicked with Caleb, defending him when I'd vent, he's had it tough, Nate, give him a break. Should've clocked it, but I trusted her blind. Engaged after 4 years, quiet proposal at home after a killer hospital rewiring job we'd nailed together. Perfect, true partners. Then, a year ago, Caleb blew another of George's loans on crypto, crashed back home broke. George gave him an office gig, phones, filing, simple stuff he still botched. Lauren started hanging at their place more, training Caleb, helping Ellen with wedding plans. I was on site, saving for us, seemed fine then. 8 months back, cracks showed. Lauren locked her phone, first time ever, said bank security. Cool, I trusted her. Caleb stepped up, cologne, new threads, on time. Weirdly nice, stayed late, learning business. Lauren praised him, he's killing scheduling. Caleb's sharp when he tries, snapped when I'd gripe. Office got tense. Marlene, our 15-year receptionist, shot me looks when they worked late but dodged my what's up? Once, I swung by early, Lauren and Caleb giggling in the break room, jolted when I walked in. Invoices, she said. 7 p.m. She quit talking future, wedding, houses, blamed work stress. Stopped site visits, our old ritual. 6 months ago, family dinner, Lauren off, phone obsessed, laughing at Caleb's work psycho jab. Asked what's funny, you had to be there. Driving home, I pushed, you okay? You were distant. Tired, work's wild. You and Caleb seem tight. She stiffened, he's not the loser you think, funny if you try. Funny enough to tune out dinner? What's that mean? You're off, phone, distant. She flared, so I can't talk to anyone? All about you? Through me, you've never snapped like that. You're paranoid, always trashing Caleb. Since when's he your hero? Since I saw him, not your bitching. Silent ride. Gut churned, but I thought, I'm overthinking. Months dragged, Lauren late, Caleb engaged, me slaving 12-hour days while he snatched my life. Tuesday, it blew. Lauren called 2 p.m., sobbing, need to talk, urgent. Ditched a warehouse job, sped home. She was in her car, clutching the wheel, wouldn't come in. Sat shotgun. I'm pregnant, she said. Joy hit, kids post-wedding, right? I babbled about moving it up. She choked, there's more, might not be yours. Time stopped. Might not? Voice alien. Who else? Pause. Clicked, nights, phone, Caleb. Tell me it's not him. She broke. Wasn't meant to happen, laughed, sharp, dead. Tripped into his bed? One time, she rushed. Truth, I growled, head screaming. 3, maybe 4 months. Hands braced my knees. He knows? Nod. Told him yesterday, had to tell you. Bolted out, needed air. She trailed, unplanned, we ended it, we felt awful. Saw them laughing. No kid, would you have told me? Silence, answer clear. Drove to George and Ellen's, Caleb in the office, slacking. Saw me, froze, Nate, blur, he's down, nose gushing. George and crew yanked me off. Caleb whined, she came on to me, we're in love. Love? My brother, at dinners, knowing. George stepped in, calm down, adults here. Caleb, she's having my kid, you can't dodge that. George paled, news to him. Ellen cried, Marlene quit on the spot. He's your mess, I told George. Son, we'll fix it, family's family. Caleb stopped being family when he touched her. Walked out. Lauren was home, packed, sobbing, didn't mean to hurt you. Gave her 24 hours to clear out, block me, gone. The baby? Hope it's Caleb's, mine, DNA, lawyers. She begged, I split. Crashed at Tyler's, phone off, week out. 50 missed calls, Ellen mostly, weeping, talked to George, he's got a plan. Went, Ellen sounded shattered, house felt wrong. Ellen, wrecked. George in his chair, stern. Caleb, bruised nose, sweet sight. George, Nate, here's the fix, Lauren and Caleb marry, take the business. You train him, laughed, crazed, bitter. Train the guy who screwed my fiancée to steal my work while raising a kid that might be mine? Ellen sobbed. George, my business, if you won't, find a new job. Years, nothing. Stood, good luck with your stars. Caleb, Nate, say it again, I'll break more, George yelled loyalty. Didn't turn. Next day, called clients, I'm out, gave Rex. George raged, ruining me. Just facts, they pick who they trust. Caleb and Lauren wed at the courthouse, George gifted a house deposit. No sorry, no reckoning, just move on. I did, joined a competitor, better pay, real props, no drama. Got my master license, George said I wasn't ready, proved him wrong out of his shade. 4 months quiet, Ellen texted, I said no Caleb or Lauren talk. Last week, 11 p.m., she called, frantic, George needs you, we're losing it all. Stayed on. George, crushed, Caleb tanked the business, botched jobs, lawsuits, no insurance, loans gone. I walked, now they're sinking. Done with their show. Update 1. I didn't think I'd be back so soon, but the last week flipped my world upside down, and I need to vent this somewhere. Thanks for sticking with me, here's what went down since that last post. It all blew up on Tuesday. I was knee-deep in a warehouse rewiring job when Lauren called at 2 p.m., sobbing so hard I couldn't make out half her words. Need to talk, urgent, she choked out. My gut screamed trouble, thought maybe her folks had a wreck or something. Told the crew I had a family emergency and peeled out for home. Found her in her car in our driveway, white-knuckling the wheel like it was holding her together. She wouldn't come inside, just stared ahead, tears streaming. Sat in the passenger seat, waiting. I'm pregnant, she finally said. For a split second, I lit up. We'd talked kids post-wedding, and here it was. Started rambling about moving the date up, how we'd make it work. She cut me off, voice breaking. There's more, it might not be yours. Everything froze. My brain short-circuited, couldn't process it. Might not be mine? I echoed, voice sounding like it belonged to someone else. Who else could it be? Silence stretched, then it hit like a freight train. Late nights, her locked phone, Caleb's sudden work ethic. Looked at her, begging her to laugh it off, say I was crazy. She didn't. It's not him, she whispered, but her eyes said otherwise. Tell me it's not Caleb, I demanded, voice sharp. She made this broken noise, like a sob caught in her throat. It wasn't supposed to happen. I laughed, harsh, hollow, no humor in it. What, you slipped and landed in my brother's bed. One time, she blurted, frantic. Truth, I snapped, head pounding like it had split. 3, maybe 4 months, she admitted, shaky. Had to brace my hands on my knees to keep from losing it. He knows? She nodded. Told him yesterday, had to tell you today. I bolted out of the car, air felt like knives, but I needed it. She stumbled after me, words spilling, it wasn't planned, we felt awful, ended it weeks ago. All I saw was them in the break room, giggling over invoices at 7 p.m. If there was no baby, would you have told me? No answer, just her staring at the ground. That said it all. Rage took over, I drove straight to George and Ellen's place. Caleb was in the office, feet up, scrolling his phone like always. Saw my face and went pale. Nate, I can explain, didn't let him finish. Next thing I know, he's on the floor, nose gushing blood, and I'm swinging again. George and 2 crew guys, Pete and Rick, yanked me off, pinning my arms. Caleb scrambled up, whining, she came onto me first, bro, we're in love. In love? My brother, who'd watched me plan a life with her, sat at Sunday dinner smirking. George got between us, calm down, let's handle this like men. Caleb, wiping blood, she's having my kid, you can't just walk away from that. George's jaw dropped, he didn't know. Ellen burst into tears, hands over her mouth. Marlene, who'd been filing papers, grabbed her purse and walked out. Quit right there, I heard later. Couldn't blame her. I turned to George, he's your problem now, I'm done. He grabbed my arm, Nate, wait, we'll figure this out, family's family. Ripped free, Caleb stopped being family when he touched her. Stormed out, didn't look back. Got home, Lauren's still there, bags half packed, sobbing on the couch. I never meant to hurt you, she said, voice small. You've got 24 hours to get your shit and go, I told her. Block me, lose my address, I don't care where you land. She looked up, desperate, what about the baby? Hope it's Caleb's, mine, we're doing DNA and lawyers. She reached for me, I walked away, couldn't stand her face. Crashed at Tyler's place, good guy, just handed me a beer and the couch, no questions. Turned my phone off, needed to breathe. Stayed there 3 days, head spinning. When I powered it back on, 30 missed calls, mostly Ellen, some George, a few from Lauren, even one from Caleb. Ballsy bastard. Listened to Ellen's, crying, begging, come talk, Nate, George has a plan. Ignored the rest. Went to their place Friday, Ellen sounded wrecked, and curiosity got me. Walked in, air thick. Ellen, eyes red, exhausted. George in his recliner, all business. Caleb, nose bruised purple, sweet justice. George cleared his throat, Nate, here's the deal, Lauren and Caleb marry, take the business. You train him, I laughed, sharp, unhinged. Train the guy who screwed my fiancée to steal my work while raising a kid that might be mine? You're joking, Ellen sobbed harder. Caleb stared at the floor, coward. George pressed, it's my company, if you won't help, find a new job. Years of sweat, nothing. Stood, good luck with your dream team. Caleb mumbled, Nate, wait, say it again, I'll finish what I started. George barked about loyalty, didn't hear him out the door. Saturday, I called my big clients, ones I'd brought in. Told him I'm out, gave solid contractor recs. George blew up my phone, sabotaging me. Just facts, they pick who they trust. Heard through Tyler they're scrambling, clients bailing fast. Lauren texted once, I'm sorry, leaving tomorrow. Blocked her. I'm at Tyler's still, can't face my place yet. Family's a ghost, Ellen's call stopped. I'm done with their circus, but damn, it stings. Update 2. It's been a wild couple weeks since my last post, and I'm still trying to process the absolute insanity that's unfolded. Thanks for riding this mess with me. Here's the latest chapter in this family train wreck. After I walked out on George and Caleb, I stayed at Tyler's, keeping my phone mostly off to dodge the chaos. Lauren cleared out of our place by Wednesday. Tyler swung by to check, said her car was gone, no note, nothing. Fine by me, less to haunt me there. Thought I'd get some peace, but nope. Ellen started calling again, leaving voicemails that went from teary please to near hysteria. Nate, please come talk, George has a plan to fix this. Ignored him at first, but by Friday, she sounded so broken I caved, partly curiosity, partly guilt. Dumb move, but I went. Stepping into that house felt like walking into a funeral. Ellen looked like she hadn't slept in days, eyes puffy, hands trembling. George sat in his recliner, all stern and composed, like he was about to hand down a verdict. Caleb was there, nose still bruised, looking smug despite it. Ellen rushed me with a hug. Oh, Nate, thank God you're here. I pulled back, stiff, let's just get this over with. George cleared his throat, all business, son, I've thought this through, here's how we make it right. Lauren and Caleb get married, take over the business. You train him, keep it in the family. I stared, then laughed, sharp, unhinged, like I'd lost it. You're kidding, right? Train the guy who slept with my fiancée to take the company I built, while they raise a kid that might be mine? Ellen started crying again, soft sobs. Caleb wouldn't meet my eyes, gutless as ever. George leaned forward, it's practical, Lauren's skills, Caleb's potential, your know-how. Perfect fit. Potential? I cut in, voice rising. He can't wire a damn light switch without a babysitter. George's face hardened, same look he'd get when I'd interrupt his rants. Watch your tone, he's shown real interest lately. You'd train him? I laughed again, borderline manic. Let me get this straight, you want me to hand over my life's work to the brother who stabbed me in the back, play mentor while they shack up with a kid I might have fathered? Are you insane? Ellen whimpered, Nate, please, he's your brother. George pulled his trump card, this business is still mine. If you won't step up, maybe you should find a new job. That hit like a gut punch, years of sweat, clients I'd won, reputation I'd built, all dangling like a carrot for Caleb. Stood up, good luck with your golden boy, I'm out. Caleb finally piped up, Nate, wait, we can, say one more word, and that nose won't be your only bruise. George barked, loyalty, Nate, family sticks together. Didn't turn back, slammed the door so hard the frame rattled. Saturday, I went nuclear, called every major client I'd brought in, guys I'd built trust with. Hey, just a heads up, I'm out of George's shop. Here's some solid contractors if you need 'em. Professional, clean, my rep's all I've got left. George blew up my phone by noon, you're tanking my business, those were my clients. Correction, I shot back, they were mine, I earned 'em. They pick who they trust. Hung up. Tyler heard through Pete, one of the crew, that half the client list bailed by Monday. Word spreads fast when your lead guy walks. Monday night, Tyler dragged me out for beers, said I needed air. Halfway through, he dropped a bomb, heard from Rick, Caleb and Lauren tied the knot at the courthouse today. George was there, grinning like it's a fairy tale. My stomach turned, confirmed it later with a courthouse buddy, Sam. Married, not even 2 weeks after she dropped the might not be yours line. George even fronted a down payment on a house, rewarding the backstabbers while I'm couch surfing at Tyler's. No call, no sorry, just straight to happy family. Ellen texted that night, they're starting fresh, come celebrate. Blocked her. Couldn't stomach it. Tuesday, I went back to my place, first time since. Felt like a stranger, Lauren's stuff gone, but her scent lingered. Found a half-packed box in the closet, old blueprints we'd worked on, a photo of us at a job site, smiling. Tore it up, couldn't look. Called a competitor I'd networked with, Ron, solid guy, pitched myself, master electrician, clean slate, ready to grind. He bit, heard you're the real deal, start Monday? Took it, better pay, no baggage. Told Tyler, I'm done with George's shadow. He clapped my back, that's my boy. Heard through Rick, still on the crew, that Caleb's already screwing up jobs. Botched a wiring run Friday, wrong gauge, no grounds. George is covering, But the cracks are showing. Lauren's running the office now, full time, guess her training paid off. I'm out, building my own thing, but damn, this betrayal's a weight I can't shake yet. Might update if it gets crazier. Update 3. It's been a few months since my last update, and holy hell, the fallout's been something else. I thought I'd walked away clean, but this mess keeps clawing back at me. Thanks for riding this chaos with me. Here's the latest in this never-ending dumpster fire. After I ditched George's shop, things settled for a bit. Started with Ron, new gig solid, better pay, actual respect, no family drama tainting it. Moved back into my place, scrubbed every trace of Lauren, new bedding, trashed her old mugs, even painted the damn walls. Focused on work, got my master electrician license framed. George always said I wasn't ready, proved him wrong out of spite. Tyler kept me grounded, beers, bad movies, no lectures. Thought I'd turn the page, new job, new rhythm, clean slate. Then last week, it all crashed back in. Tuesday, 11 p.m., Ellen called, caught me off guard. Hadn't heard her voice in months. She was a wreck, sobbing so hard I could barely understand her. Nate, we're losing everything, George needs you now. Nearly hung up, same old guilt play, but she sounded desperate, not just sad. Please, just hear us out, she begged. Curiosity got me, stayed on. George took over, and damn, he didn't sound like himself, no cocky I've got this vibe, just hollow, defeated. Caleb's tanked the business, son, lawsuits, debts, it's gone. Took a second to register, then he unloaded. Caleb running the show was the train wreck I'd predicted. Botched 3 big commercial jobs, wrong gauge wiring, no grounds, junction boxes wide open, mistakes so bad one client suing for code violations. Could have burned a building down. Instead of hiring pros, he tapped his college drinking buddy, Derek. Guy's skills peaked at swapping light bulbs, no license, wouldn't know a voltmeter from a spatula. Brilliant. Money-wise? Total carnage, let the liability insurance lapse. 1 spark, 1 claim, and they're toast. Took cash payments, didn't log 'em, stuffed his pockets instead. Then the gut punch, pulled secret loans against the business, tens of thousands, no word to George. Cash vanished, no accounts, just a new truck and flashy clothes Caleb's been parading. Took him 6 months to shred 30 years of George's work, almost art if it wasn't so stupid. George caught it when the insurance dropped, dug into the books, saw the carnage. Caleb cooked the numbers, tricks Lauren taught him during those late nights. Most crew, Pete, Rick, others, quit, checks bounced, Caleb played boss like he knew squat. Marlene warned George months back, shady cash flow, missing funds, but he waved her off. Should have listened, he rasped, voice cracking. Then the ask, come back, Nate, fix it. Majority owner, full control. Snorted, you're joking. He pushed, frantic, business, house, Ellen's falling apart. Please. Then the bomb, Caleb and Lauren split. She took off last week, note said don't contact me. Baby's with her, don't know where. Caleb's not dad material, laughed, cold, dark. Not my circus, not my monkeys. George tried guilt, you warned me, family needs you. Yeah, I snapped, and you chose him. Family's family, huh? How's that working out? Ellen grabbed the line, weeping, we might be homeless, help us. Gut twisted, she's the only one I still ache for, always patching us up. You can stay with me anytime, I said. Just you, not them. I can't leave George, she whispered. Your choice, Ellen, my door's only for you. Hung up, hate that she won't take it. Thursday, Lauren texted, Nate, I know you hate me, I need help. Baby's yours, got the test. Caleb took my money, vanished. Please. Stared at it, felt like a brick in my chest. Should have been huge, my kid, but I just felt drained, like this mess won't let me loose. Didn't reply, couldn't face it. Blocked her, told myself lawyers'll handle it. Tyler saw my face that night, she's lying, DNA or bust. Nodded, can't trust her word. Friday, George showed up at my place, no warning, just there when I got home. Looked rough, unshaved, old jacket from my kid days, driving Ellen's beat-up Civic cause they sold his truck for debts. Can we talk? Not barking, just spent. Let him in, wanted him to see I'd made it solo. Nice setup, he mumbled, awkward. New job, promotion. Sat him down, he spilled, business is dead, 2 lawsuits, clients bailed, bank's taking the house next month. Should have listened to you. First time he's ever owned a mistake. Good to know, I said, flat, but it's late. He pulled a folder, papers to sign over 100% of the company, no strings. You can save it, he said. You always knew how, I was too proud. 6 months ago, I'd have jumped, validation, control, George admitting I was right. Now? Stared at those pages and felt nothing. Where's Caleb? I asked. George's face crumpled, cleared our savings last week, left a note about finding himself. Gone. Classic Caleb, wrecks everything, bolts. He's still your brother, George said, soft. No, I shot back, stopped being that when he decided family's a free pass to screw me. Hit him hard, echo of his own words. I'd help you rebuild, he offered. Laughed, dry, tired. Don't want it, or you. You gave my legacy to him, even after he slept with Lauren. Live with it. He tried Ellen's pain, family falling apart. She's welcome here, just her. She won't leave me, he said. Her call, and this mess is yours. He sat, deflated, then, where'd I go wrong? Wanted to unload, years of favoritism, excusing Caleb, tossing me aside for a leech. You got what you wanted, Caleb in charge. How's it feel? He left, looking 20 years older, didn't watch him go. Heard from Rick, business is toast, crew's gone. Lauren's AWOL, baby too. Caleb's a ghost. I'm holding steady, Ron's gig's good, Tyler's solid. Lauren's text gnaws at me, my kid? But I'm not diving back into that pit. Might update if it escalates. Update 4. The last couple weeks tied up this mess, and I'm walking away stronger. After George's plea and Lauren's text, I kept my distance, head down, focusing on Ron's gig. Work's been my lifeline, steady jobs, good crew, no ghosts from the past screwing with me. Tyler's been a rock, crashed at his place a few more nights while I sorted my head. Thought maybe I'd dodged the last bullet. Then Monday, Ellen texted, moving to my sister's in Ohio next month, George'll job hunt there. Please reconsider helping. Same offer as always, you're welcome here anytime, Ellen, just you. Can't leave him, she replied. Your call, I shot back, but I'm done burning myself to warm them. Felt cold typing it, Ellen's the only one I still hurt for, but I meant it. Wednesday, Lauren upped the ante, called from a new number. Nate, I'm begging, baby's yours, I've got proof. Caleb's gone, took everything. I'm stranded. Voice shaky, desperate, almost got me. Send it to my lawyer, I said, flat. Daniel Reese, look him up. Hung up, didn't block her yet, needed that proof. Thursday, Daniel called, got a package, paternity test, says you're the father. Looks legit, but we'll verify. Gut dropped, my kid. Should have been a lightning bolt, joy, panic, something, but all I felt was tired, like this was one more trap pulling me back. Told Daniel, run it through, official lab, no shortcuts. If it's mine, we go legal, custody, support, nothing direct with her. Smart, he said. She's got no leverage, cheating, abandonment. You're golden. Friday, George hit me again, showed up at my place, second time in a week. Looked worse, hollow eyes, same old jacket, like he'd aged a decade. Nate, one last shot, he rasped, holding that damn folder, business ownership papers. Banks for closing, lawsuits locked us out. It's yours if you save it. Sat him down, let him talk. Caleb's MIA, stole the last of our savings, left a note about starting over. Lauren's gone too, heard she's crashing with some cousin. We're done, house goes next week. Voice broke, I fucked up, son, picked him over you. First time he'd said it raw like that. Yeah, I said, you did. Why's that my problem now? He tried, you're the only one who can fix it, you always were. Looked at those papers, 6 months ago, I'd have killed for this, control, George's mea culpa. Now? Don't want it, I said. You gave my work to Caleb, live with the ashes. He pushed Ellen's tears, family crumbling. She can come here, just her. She won't, he muttered. Her choice, and this is yours. He stared, lost, where'd I go wrong? Could have unloaded, years of favoritism, propping Caleb, tossing me aside. You got your golden boy, enjoy the results. He shuffled out, head down, didn't watch him leave. Saturday, Caleb's collapse went public, Rick texted, shop's padlocked, repo guys took the gear. George is begging clients to stick, Pete said Caleb's truck got spotted in a pawn lot, sold it cheap before he bolted. Tyler heard from a bar buddy, Sam again, that Caleb's holed up 3 states over, blowing cash on booze and cards. Lauren and Caleb's love story? Dead, Rick saw her socials. Single mom please, no ring pics. George gifted them a house for nothing. Banks got it now. Ellen called Sunday, voice thin. We're packing, Ohio's it. Please, Nate. Same dance, you, anytime, not them. Love you, she whispered, hung up. Sucks, she's collateral damage. Monday, Daniel confirmed, tests real, 99.9% you're the dad. Kid's yours. 6-month-old girl, mine. Hit like a brick, but not how I dreamed, Lauren's lies tainted it. Met Daniel Tuesday, file for custody, full if she's unstable, joint if she's clean. No direct talks, court only. Nodded, I'm not Caleb, won't ditch my kid. But Lauren burned that bridge. He's drafting papers, Lauren gets supervised visits if she fights, I've got the edge, stable job, clean record. She texted again, please, Nate, meet her. Forwarded to Daniel, done with her games. Caleb and Lauren's world's ash, business gone, house repossessed, marriage a sham. George and Ellen's moving broke, Ohio's their last stand. Me? Ron bumped my pay, new house in sight, no ghosts. Started seeing Jenna, met her at a job site, quiet coffee dates. Told her family's distant she didn't pry, feels good. Therapy's keeping me straight, learned I don't owe them my soul. George wanted Caleb in charge, got his wish, lost it all. Lauren wanted both, ended with neither. Ellen stuck, her call. Kid's mine, I'll step up, but legal, no handouts. Some nights, I wonder how screwed up it is, my daughter born into this wreckage, but I can't fix their choices. Living well's my win, new life, no chains. Thanks for everything, folks, this is me signing off.